Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in again this morning. So, I'm going to continue with the theme about spiritual warfare. I'm going to continue looking at least one more of the pieces of the armor of God that God has provided for us to battle against the spiritual enemy that we've been talking about. And it's actually in verse 16, and it says, above all. So, it's almost like he's saying, most importantly or most critically, he says, above all, taking the shield of faith, with which you will be able to quench the fiery darts of the evil one, of the wicked one. He says, above all, taking the shield of faith. The shield is exactly what you think it was. It was a big shield. It was probably like 4 feet tall, a couple feet wide. They could put it on the ground. They could get behind it. They could make a wall with it. They could do all kinds of things with it. It was made in such a way and either soaked or whatever, so that if an arrow that was on fire hit it, it would be extinguished. Anyhow, obviously it was for protection. Obviously, it kept the enemy's arrows from piercing them so that they would die. So he says, above all, you need to have this shield of faith. Faith is our shield. So I was trying to think about faith. Of course, the quintessential place to see about faith is in Hebrews chapter 11. Now, Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6 is the verse that I want to focus on, because I want to share with you what I think about most people's faith. And I'm including myself in this too. All right. So in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, it's a great verse. It says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. It says, because those who come to him must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So he says, those who come to him must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. First of all, they must believe that he is. If you want to come to him, if you want to have faith, you first of all have to believe that he is who he says he is. They must believe that he is. And what this means is that you have to believe that God is capable of anything. That God is this almighty, all-powerful God. And whatever your situation is, faith is believing that God is able to take care of it. That he's able to heal your marriage. That he's able to give you the healing from the disease that's in your body. That he's able to mend the broken relationship. That he is able to take the financial burden off your back. Whatever it is that you're going through, believing that he is believing that he is the God who is capable of fixing that problem. Now, I don't think most people's problem in faith is there. I think that most people believe that God is able to do that. I think most people believe that God is all powerful and can do anything he wants to. But it's the second part where I think our faith will break down oftentimes. There's a second part to that phrase. Those who come to him must believe that he is, and listen, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. You see, this is where I think our faith begins to wane a lot of times. It's not that I don't believe that God can do whatever it is that I desire for him to do. It's that I'm not really sure he wants to or he's going to. And that's where my faith starts breaking down. It's not that I don't believe he can. It's that I'm not sure if he's going to or if he's willing, right? But the verse there says that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him, those who are diligently seeking to walk with him and to follow him and to walk in his footsteps and to be who he wants them to be. They have this assurance and this promise that God is willing to work and to act on their behalf. Jesus would say in Matthew chapter 7, he says, ask and it'll be given to you. Seek and you'll find. He says, knock and the door will be open. He says, for everyone who asks receives, and to everyone who seeks finds, and everyone who knocks, the door will be open. And then he says this, he says, which man of you, if your son asks for bread, are you going to give him a rock? He said, or if he asks for fish, are you going to give him a snake? He says, if you, being evil, being imperfect human beings, if you, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more does your heavenly Father know how to give good things to those who ask him? He says, if you know how to be gracious to your children, if you know how to give good things and reward your children, how much more does your heavenly Father know how to do those things for you if you would just simply ask him? Those who come to him must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. There's the elements of our faith. Now take up your shield of faith and quench the fiery darts of the enemy as he attacks you. God bless you guys. Get out there and faith the day with some faith. God bless you. Bye.